Hi Aries Moons, thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Carrot 144, very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their moon sign in the zodiac sign of Aries, unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing a 6-card spread, and then we'll get a major arcana, and then we'll get a card from the World card deck. I changed the name for my own reasons, but it's a deck I created that has the lunar phases and zodiac signs. Everything's been pre-shuffled. Let's go ahead and begin. So what I'm going to do is shuffle out all of your cards, and then we'll get the message here. I hope that everyone is doing well. Let's get your first card for Aries Moons. Message for Aries Moons. Next cards for Aries Moon. Alright, so we're good to go there. We may or may not get clarifiers depending on how this reading flows. Okay, so let's see what, excuse me, your first card is. We have Temperance, reversed. So with this, I am getting there being some disharmony, some impatience. This is a card of 14, comes together to create a 5 energy. Ooh, okay. And then I just got a notification on my phone. For those of you who study Vedic astrology, the moon is now in the nakshatra of Rohini, coming away from Krittika. Temperance, the 5 energy, transformative, could also speak to Hierophant. It is a major arcana card. Alright, so let's see what the next card is here for you. Temperance is also a twin flame card as well. I should mention that as well. We have the 4 swords. So after there being some disharmony, it looks like we have some healing of some sort. 4 swords would be also typically about taking rest, taking the time to heal. Typically, it would be traditionally from 3 of swords. Any kind of betrayal, backstabbing, what have you. And then there's always there's a cool story with the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck that speaks to war and the night energy, going off to war, preparing, being in preparation, where like the casket is all prepared and ready. So this could also be, in a sense, like coming out of what may have felt like a battle, and then lying on the sword of truth and Ace of Sword. 4s are 4th house energy, Cancerian energy. 5 from the Temperance energy here will be also Leo. And then swords is going to be air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Libra being the polarity energy for a lot of you. Okay, so let's see what the next card is. 3 of Pentacles, reversed. So here, what I get here, it may be that, and because I was kind of seeing that a little bit here, like going through cycles here where it may feel like like a disconnect. I'm getting there being a disconnect with the pause. Three of Pentacles would typically be about craftsmanship, being seen for one's skill and craft. Collaboration. So maybe there being a decision about not collaborating is what I'm getting there. Maybe having learned something while in the energy of the Four of Swords. And now moving forward and not making a decision to not work on something in particular. Pentacles will be Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Let's see what your next card is. Page of Rods. So here we have is news, messaging. Pages are going to be about messaging. They're very similar to the Fool card. And so I do get this being about making a somewhat of a decision here. There being some lesson here after some disharmony, making a decision to not work on something, maybe expressing this, but then in making that decision also being excited about something new here. This will be your energy here with the rods. And then also Sagittarius, Leo, and a Fucus. That hat is coming through with a very distinct message. It could be too with this coming after the Three of Pentacles, delivering message, not wanting to work on something with someone in particular because of certain reasons. I do feel it may have to do with integrity. Just seeing the way that the eyes are being covered by this hat here. Take what resonates. Okay, and then let's see what your next card is. We have the Emperor. Now this being Aries energy. This is go-getter action. The fours are connected to Cancerian energy. We do have an alignment of fours here, but this is about being a boss in your own life. Some of you could be getting message from a particular emperor here. Or some of you could actually be this emperor. And this being about what you're moving into, being excited about being at the head of your own life and taking charge, but moving into something new. This is a go-getter energy. May have a few businesses. Good parenting skills are also here too. Father or mother, take what resonates for this energy. Typically this would be more masculine energy, but your energy is masculine energy. With the moon energy though, I get that being about great balance, but overall the Emperor is about taking charge and being at the head of your life and doing what's best. Upstanding energy I also get here too. And then counterpart to the Empress is also what the Emperor energy is. And just like with your energy, like I'm getting great spark action. Possibly being a little stubborn at times, but once you know what it is that you want, you go and you get it. Let's see what your next card is. Ace of Swords, the Truth. A new foundation on clarity. So I feel that what I'm getting here is having gone through a situation, possibly with a twin flame, with this being a twin flame card, doesn't have to be, it could just be a significant soulmate or a situation where there was disharmony. Being in a state of respite, making a decision connected to the 3 energy after coming out of a 3 of Swords that something does not want to be worked on. Message here, or even being excited. Again, the page energy is very similar to the Fool card energy. And so with that healing and making, I just get a decision being made on not wanting to work on something. Going into this with this complete boss Aries attitude that a lot of you know too well here. And in doing so, moving forward, into a foundation. Here's that Ace of Sword right here. But this sword here is surrounded with roses and healing. So I feel it's about learning lesson from the healing. So taking charge in your own life and then moving forward towards the Ace of Swords. In integrity, with honesty, clarity, love, healing, everything the roses stand for, beauty, surroundings. The moon is currently in Taurus here too as well, so this is really pretty. So taking action in your life is also what I'm getting here too. And making sure, learning from lessons here, making sure that this onset of what you're moving towards and into is the truth and nothing but the truth. Now, this could be about a new partnership that's being moved into. It doesn't have to be. What I picked up very strongly with that Emperor card is a lot of you really embracing your Aries moon energy, and that being both the mother and the father. Where in the past, I feel it may have been more of the moon energy, and now it's time for the fire. Like I did get a message about putting fire, like if others, even from the past, like others that may want to gaslight, you have the fire to completely blow that up, to blow up that, to set that fire to that gas and that gaslighting and blow that up. And I feel that's kind of what's taking place here, and you taking charge in your own life here and having a new start based on clarity, truth, honesty, integrity, the truth and nothing but the truth. But I feel this is also again, those two roses being next to the sword, where you don't really see that here. I feel this is being something significant connected to a partnership here. So stop working on something so that you can move into something where others will, I'm getting to, it could be about others not wanting to work with you, just being in an environment where you're not being supported. So moving yourself away from that, having learned a lesson from that 3 energy in particular, and moving more towards what does, and being very successful at it. This is good fire energy that leads to that sword here too. Just want to mention that there too. So good for you, Aries moons. Let's get your major arcana for Aries moons. The sun. So this is more fire energy. This is Leo energy. Could be connected to the 5 energy of the Leo energy from the Temperance, with the 1 and 4 creating the 5. And this being great activation. I do see a mask being taken off. We do have that mask energy that's here, kind of, with that Temperance card. Not necessarily, but take what resonates. But this is rebirth energy. This could even be about someone taking this hat off and uncovering their eyes. And it could be you. If you've been a part of some disharmony, past situations that were hurtful, you want to move into something new here. It's got to be based on truth and, transparency, authenticity. And so I do get that sun energy also being related to that. The sun is the happiest card of the deck. It's also been a card that's been wanting to make its presence known quite often lately. I should say, where I do feel it's more about illumination. But I feel that the happiness factor is very important, with this card being the happiest card of the deck. So I do get to moving towards one's happiness. There being a rebirth energy. Typically with that would be about coming away from death card energy. The 19 does break down to a 10, and then that 10 breaks down to the 1, which is you. So changes with transformation, illumination. And moving towards what's best for you, where I get that this is definitely about learning some lesson from that 4 sword there. healing from this, and then livening up and being at your best going into the new. Towards your happy, I also get here too, and what makes you happy, or what you know is going to be a happy situation for you. Also surrounding yourself with others. And I do see blue angel wings on this person here too, gliding on a surfboard here. I was gonna say skateboard, could be skateboard, but I see a surfboard. I love this card. And then also too, sun is father energy. We do have that strongly with the emperor being present. But that mask being taken off being significant. Definitely speaking to change for the better, change for the new, with the healing energy of the 4. The next card after the sun card will be judgment, and then the world card, and then a new cycle. And we kind of have that new cycle energy with the page of rods. Tower at the bottom. Major transformation is also what I get here too. With that tower is about false construct. Anything that's been built on lies. Anything built on lies is not going to be sustainable. As much as it may seem like that at the time, there's always that knowing from within that it's always there. It's always there to tell you what's right and what's not right. And so starting on new foundation, or any foundation that is based off of lies, based off of do not tell, or make sure you don't do this, or, not being completely informed. Also to being misinformed, there being miscommunication. It's all transparency. That being very important for a new foundation. And as I say that, the Venus aura notification just came on my phone, so I will be meditating once I get done with this reading. I encourage you all to do the same, or just indulge into that Venus energy. Venus being the ruler of both Taurus and Libra, with the moon being in Taurus currently right now. This is completely fabulous. Beauty, luxuries, comforts, all things that are bringing joy and beautiful surroundings. And this is kind of what is also surrounding your reading, and what's being moved more into and towards, with that Ace of Swords surrounded by those beautiful roses there. And then again, the Tower energy being very significant. Old ways of thinking, false beliefs, or I shouldn't say false beliefs, but jaded beliefs, perspectives that have been based off of lies. Those all coming down. Now we see 2 energies here that doesn't have to be relevant, but it could be for this particular situation. And then the universe coming through to help bring this tower in and down. And also too, I want to mention the sun card that I did, the post that I did yesterday. There was a message that came through with these 2 exact same cards. But given that I do my own cards, I didn't want to be doing injustice to the collective, where I've totally felt that could have been, just the surrounding energy for myself personally. But I am a card reader. I'm a high priestess as well. So, and I'm also a Pisces moon. So absorbent energy, I do pick up on a lot of energy a lot of the time. This is confirming exactly what I did. And this was 2 days ago. Actually, no, it was yesterday. It was early yesterday morning. That's when it was. And it seemed really early. That's why it seems like 2 days ago. Because it was super early in the morning. But this is coming through yet again. And it's coming through for your reading. So what is meant to be will be. What it is that you put out there, you for sure will get back. Foundation coming down so that something new can be rebuilt, and it being rebuilt after learning some lessons on the Sword of Truth. Let's get your final card for Aries moons. Oh, how special is that? How special is that? We got Aries. Aries. That's so nice. I love when that happens. Okay. So at the top we have period. And then so Aries. The color for Aries will be red. And then for Aries I have hot. The first, the no, the where you want to be. It's a win. Energy of one. You are the one. And I did have a reading that was titled that. You are the one. The one. And we have that with the Emperor energy here too. With that Aries representation, even with the page of, like, all of these are ones. I feel this is definitely speaking to you taking your power and really embracing that and moving into newness, like completely being fed up with all this that's being a part of what's coming down and putting that fire, utilizing that fire in the best way you know. I feel it's like a catalyst. And so that will be relevant to the Krittika Nakshatra, and that being the catalytic activator energy. As we move into Rohini, which is Taurus base. This is so pretty. And so then, it being about that spark acting, it's just like what your reading is here. Oh my goodness. Went from Krittika to Rohini. For those of you who study Vedic, and if you don't, that message is coming through strongly. So I highly encourage you to look into that. But if you're studying Vedic astrology, this also just shows that the work that you're doing is beautifully working successfully here. Because you're in complete alignment with that Venus aura notification coming through too. So bad. And then you coming through here too with your own card. Being the boss of your own life, taking charge and doing what's best for you. Moving towards that truth and a foundation that's going to benefit you in the best way here after learning some lesson, illumination, rebirth, clarification, all that good stuff. And then this being also happy and fun, I feel that's important here too. Going back with this excitement energy, the spark energy. So the spark to create the change, getting and moving into that change, and now being able to enjoy and embrace the newness, surrounded by beauty, luxuries, comforts, happiness, security, wealth, health, healing, lavish. Like, I just get, it's all things Taurus, included with this Ace of Sword here. Beautiful energy. All right, Aries Moons, this was your reading. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers. And until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take great care. I love you. Peace.